open world style thing like Skyrim does. I mean, that's Bethesda's wheelhouse, right? Like, Bethesda's all about the open world stuff. I'm not sure that Dragon Age is as good at it as Skyrim is, at least that part of it. But it certainly would be more this way than any other Dragon Age game. I did not like Dragon Age Origins, as I've mentioned several times. I think it's not easy to find people who like Dragon Age 2. A lot of people did not like Dragon Age 2. There were some serious issues with it. But as far as Dragon Age 1 is concerned, I was not wild about it myself. So, you know, for what that's worth. Oh, man. What? So I definitely think it's worth it, though, El. I like it. I would not go into it thinking that it's going to be very similar to Skyrim. Inspired by it, certainly. But it definitely has a different feel, though, as well. Alright, here we go, people. YOLO! Get over that. Damn it. You're supposed to be this uber horse. You cannot die, McHorse. Oh gosh, there was absolutely no reason that I should have survived that. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Alright, am I closer now? Yes? Alright. In that case, get thee gone, horse. Thank you for your help.
According to my research, the ancient elves may have set up wards near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
What's up, Maris? Can I do for you?
Peace. I am no danger to you. My name is Maris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
What are you doing out here?
Are you fighting the demons on your own?
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be more, and I have no means of closing the rifts. But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. They may tell us where new rifts will appear. I was not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby. Can you help me reach it?
Unless you're a demon.
It sounds worth investigating.
Thank you. It shouldn't be too much farther ahead.
Alright.
Thanks for joining me. I do not think I could have done this alone.
How'd you end up
How
here?
did you come to be here?
I was, first of Clan Venen. I left in service of my clan and saw that great tear in the veil on my journey. I know more of magic and the veil than any Shemlin, so I hope to help.
Maharal, Dalen.
We should keep moving.
Ah, he had a moment. Solus did with her. He had a moment. Alright, let's see what's up over here. Energize. Whoa! think they took away they put the skills in the wrong place, I think. Which is obnoxious, quite frankly. Static Cage always used to be in 3. Why is this now? Yeah, Lightning Bolt is there. Static Charge. Gathering Storm. Static Cage. Yeah. Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning is 1. Alright, I'm gonna change this around. Let's see. That. What to... Ah! Alright. So I want to assign Lightning Bolt. Why? Why not let me do it? If I could choose 5 celebrities to do a Halloween one-shot D&D session with me, who would I pick? Are these like D&D-esque celebrities, West River? Like, you know, writers, creators of D&D things, like that sort of thing? Or like celebrities like, I don't know, like George Clooney type celebrities? Like what kind of celebrities are we talking about? You played with Gygax? Wait, what do you mean Gygax's ghost? What? You played with Gygax? That's not true. Is it true? I told you guys the story that I had a chance to play with him, and I ended up not turning it down because I had a wedding to go to. And it was really, you know, then of course he passed away. Is that true though, really? Why can I not adjust this? Why am I not... I don't understand why I'm not able to fix this. Any celebs I want from any sphere. Well. Okay, so I'd want to play D&D with... I think I would want to play D&D with, let's see, Robert Downey Jr., because I think he would be a blast. I would have said Robin Williams if he was still alive. Robert Downey Jr., because I think he'd be funny to play with. For some reason, I just think he'd be a riot. So him. Who else would I want to play with? I would choose Ed Greenwood, even though Ed isn't like the celebrity from any sphere, but I want one big D&D guy, and I'm a huge fan of Ed Greenwood, of course. So there's that. Let's see. Third would be... I feel like, trying to think of like some cool like probably President Obama would be too easy a pick. It would just be funny to see how he would role play. It would be funny to see how he would role play. You were 12 at the time, but yes, wow, that's awesome, man. That's amazing. That would be funny though. What the hell? If I can do it from any sphere, President Obama, I would choose him. I think I would choose Felicia Day because I want to have one like honest to God like nerd celebrity. You know, I'd want to have like an honest to God nerd celebrity as well. The ghost of Robin Williams. So there's that. Oh my God. Speaking of that, William Shatner. Holy cow, would I love to play D&D with William Shatner. That would be badass. The whole thing would be hilarious. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Right. Alright, where are you, enemies? Felicia Day, her character is mute. Alright, guys. Ow. Wow. We tore those guys up.
If we activate that crystal, it should react to the strength of the veil.
RDJ, Greenwood, Obama, Felicia Day, and William Shatner. That right there, people. That's what I'm talking about. And maybe Alanis Morissette, because it would be hilarious. Sean Connery. Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. What do you mean Dave picked me? You said a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. Is Dave a celebrity too? I mean, if the point, I mean, I'm on record as saying that I'm hoping that Dave and I get a chance to play D&D. I'd like to actually do like a one-shot, I'd like to do like a one-shot alternate where I play in a campaign of his, not a campaign, I play in a one-shot of his and he plays in a one-shot of mine. I totally want to do that, but I'm already on record as saying that. I would love to do that. I'm hoping that Dave and I can make that happen at some point. But Dave,
I sense elven magic somewhere nearby.
I'll bet you can. But like, really? I'm a celebrity? And also Dave's a celebrity? But no, explain though, West River. Is that seriously true? Yeah, RDJ right there. Yep, Robert Downey Jr., Ed Greenwood, Obama, Felicia Day, and William Shatner. Wow, this looks... Whoops! Wrong thing. That looks scary. That looks fine, right, guys? Totally fine. All right, let's light this first of all.
Hey, Solus. Droopy ears says what?
Excuse me?
Ugh, you're no fun.
Oh. Well, yeah, you didn't tell me that, West River. You didn't... West River, man, you're holding out on me. You didn't tell me that. Yeah, if I get to have 2 lists, then yes. Then if we're talking about that, I'll tell you exactly who my D&D types are. I know about Rifts. You know what? I never actually played it, Derb. I never actually played Rifts or Palladium. I knew about it, but I'm going to actually, just so I can focus on this for a second. So if we were talking about D&D streamer types, then there's definitely a couple of people that I'd want to play with. Number one, and I'm talking about like a combination. For like Twitch D&D streamer types, I'm not always a fan of everything these guys do and say. Not all the time. They've had some issues, but I think that Mike Krahulik and Jerry Holkins and Scott Kurtz and oh god, Scott and oh my god, what is the other name? What's the name of the other guy? It's like one of his best friends. You guys know Scott Kurtz. He does PvP. He's the cartoonist for PvP. But there's a friend of his that's hilarious that does that he does this show with, and he also has done one of the D&D podcasts with. I don't remember who it is though. Oh God, who is it? Scott Kurtz and Scott Kurtz. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? Scott Kurtz and who? Chris Straub, yes. Chris Straub is a riot. So if you're talking about D&D streamer types, I would want to have Jerry, Mike, the hell? I just lost. Yes, Jerry, Mike, Scott, and Chris. I'd want those 4, okay? Then I would want to have Dave as 5. I totally would want Dave. 6, I would want to be, and I know this because I actually was having a blast watching them on roleplay. The person who plays, I forget what her Twitch name is, Dodger or something. She plays Juliet. She plays Juliet on the latest roleplay. And I don't remember what her Twitch name is. I don't know her very well. She's really funny and looks like, and is like, I like her style of role-playing and so on in D&D. So her. And then last, but certainly not least, I've already mentioned Dave. So I got Dave in there, right? And her. And as DM, I want Chris Perkins. Tell you right now. That right there, if I'm talking about D&D streamer types, Jerry Holkins, Mike Krahulik, Chris Straub, Scott Kurtz, Dave, Dodger, and Chris Perkins is DM. Yeah, Dodger's a riot. I can't even tell you, Crawler, how much I have learned. I can't tell you how much I've learned as a dungeon master. I've been dungeon mastering for over 25 years. I can't tell you how much I've learned from watching Perkins do it. He is so good as a DM. He's so good in every way. He knows the rules. He doesn't let the rules overwhelm him. He keeps things moving. He role plays very well. He challenges his party. He doesn't piss his party off. He's almost flawless as a DM. Almost flawless. Even when he messes up, he has ways to... And, like, the articles he writes about DMing are just, like, gold. So, yeah. So I want you... So, West River, I know that you guys go back and hang out with Dave as well. If I don't get there first, I want that reported back to Dave. That's my crew. You pick the same DM? Nice, nice. That's my crew right there. Hollywood types, I told you guys my Hollywood, like, celebrity types, right? The sort of... But the D&D streamer types... Dave is absolutely on that list because I respect Dave as a DM. I've watched him play enough. I think he does a good job as a DM. I totally want Dave. I would totally want to, do this stuff with Dave. Totally want Mike, Scott, Jerry, and Chris, and then Dodger and Perkins as DM. Totally. Totally. All right. Absolutely.
Yes, the wards are helping to strengthen the Vale. This area should be safer for travelers now.
Well, that should prove useful. And it seems the ancestors left something for me as well. Interesting. I believe our alliance is concluded. Go in peace, stranger.
Mahalani, Maglandeva, Vi Enasali.
Aye. Perhaps you're right. Here, take it.
Haha.
Go with Thal's blessing.
I got an amulet of power. I don't even know what that was. But I got an amulet of power. Ooh, gain an ability point when equipped. Single use. Solus. Well, yeah, man. Put that business on. Oh, Fallen. Fallen, I was asked about D&D streamers, man. Unless you're doing a lot of D&D streaming when I haven't been paying attention. Now, if they had, like, what awesome people I would want to do this stuff with, obviously you'd be on that list, man. There's no question about it. But, I mean, as far as, like, streamers per se, that's a different matter. Okay, cool. So, now. Elegant defense. Nice. We only have one more of those. Alright, cool. And now I get to never use Solus again. Goodness. Which authors? That is not a tough question, Dragon, because I've thought about that quite a lot, and I'll tell you exactly who. 3 authors. Actually, okay, 4. 4 authors that I would like to have dinner with, and if it was down to 2, I can even do that. 4 authors, I would want the following 4. Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien, George Bernard Shaw, Charles Dickens. Those 4 guys, okay? And if it was down to 2, as much as Shakespeare and Tolkien are my favorite authors of all time and had an enormous influence on me as a writer and doing other things, okay? As much as that's the case, I still think that if I could only meet with 2 of those authors of that 4 that I mentioned, I would want to meet with George Bernard Shaw and Charles Dickens. Both of those guys are unbelievable authors and unbelievable people if you read about their personal histories. And Charles Dickens is one of the coolest, not only a great writer, who I think is even underrated, but an incredibly, just a good person who did everything he could to fight injustice, to fight poverty. I love Dickens. So Dickens and Shaw, if I could only do 2, and if I could do 4, add in Shakespeare, Tolkien, for sure. Oh, very cute, very cute. No, no, no. If I could meet Virginia Woolf, that'd be badass too. I think that deserves a Hugh. Hugh. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Seal the Fade Rift, huh? All right, let's get that done. That was a pretty quick loyalty quest, actually. What the hell's this?
If the weird magic fire gives out stuff to make everything shiny, it's alright.
I'm alright. Nobody worry about me. That's a rune that's going to help, I bet. I can actually use that. Oh, really, Hippo? Well, you know, it's funny you mention that. It's funny you guys mention that because I was actually thinking about this. There is a chance that in the fall... Whoa. Someone out here? Hold on a second. The hell is that guy? Red Templar Knight, huh? Have a seat, Red Templar Knight. Oh, hi!
Red
man.
Templars. What's so important that Corypheus sent them out here?
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh my god, and they had red lyrium too. So, so anyway, Soldier's Nemesis. Ooh. Actually might be pretty good for Sarah. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, as far as the white males thing. So there's a chance that in the fall I'm going to be no longer having to teach the I'm not going to have to teach the freshman literature course that I currently teach, which is like it's sort of like a core course that I always teach. And so there's a possibility that I'm not going to have to teach that anymore, and that we'll just be teaching everybody in my division, my department teaches it. But our division may not have to do that anymore. And so I'd be teaching exclusively 3 electives each semester. Now, as it is, I have enough classes that I alternate classes, and I basically have 5 of those electives that I basically teach, that I could basically teach between 2 years. Now I'd be teaching it every year. But what it means is that essentially in the spring, I would teach fantasy fiction, creative writing, and Shakespeare. Thank you for the follow, Average Joe. Welcome to the Arvanauts. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very welcome to the Arvanauts, Average Joe. Can we get an exclamation point new follower for him? So I would teach fantasy fiction, creative writing, and Shakespeare. In the fall, I would teach revenge tragedy. I would teach science fiction. And then I would have one other course that I would have to design. And I've been thinking basically about 2. Okay. I've been thinking about 2. And the 2 are as follows. The first one would be a course in espionage fiction. Thank you, Fallen. Like spy fiction, basically. So that was one possibility. The other one, which I'm seriously thinking about, is doing a course in basically like drilling down into a few authors, as opposed to doing more of the sort of introductory science fiction course and fantasy course that I do now, doing it where I'm teaching, like Iron Bull, doing it where I'm actually teaching like say like a couple of major authors from the field. So what I was thinking was like Rowling would be one of them, J.K. Rowling. So we would do a couple of the Harry Potter books. J.R.R. Tolkien, because again, you know, major influence. So we could do like The Hobbit and the Fellowship of the Ring or something like that. What's up, Kilobyte? Hey, man. And then the third person is the one that I haven't been sure about. And that's where that whole white male thing comes in, because I was like, because a couple of people were like, oh, well, you should do C.S. Lewis. And I'm like, but then I have created a course that is all exclusively white male British guys. You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't, you know, come on, man. There's got to be more than that. But I was thinking as far as like the influence and like the connection, as far as their effect on the field, there's only so many that you could do. So then I was like, Ursula Le Guin, that's a possibility. But the problem with Ursula Le Guin is, again, white woman, at least not British, but so looking for that third pillar, you know, the third person that I'm like, this person is up there as far as a speculative fiction writer, that's part of what I'd have to think about. So, yeah, welcome in, Average Joe. Good to see you, man. We appreciate all Average Joes.
Die!
Die! No, I know she's a woman. Rich white woman. Another Templar. Whoa, what is going on with these guys? What? Man, these Red Templars, man. These are not joking around. They are seriously not joking around. Non-white female fantasy sci-fi authors? Hey, what's up, Caged? There's definitely a lot of those. N.K. Jemisin, non-white, female fantasy writer, pretty well known. She wrote The 100,000 Kingdoms, and then a new series after that, the series name for which escapes me. Let's see, Aliette Dubedard, who is French, who's Vietnamese, and French, wrote a series, has been pretty successful, nominated for the Hugo and Nebulas, so that was another one. There are Octavia Butler, hugely important African-American, speculative fiction female author. Very, very important. So there's definitely a lot of them out there. The problem is they exist, but their influence on the field, with the exception of Butler. Now, she's pretty big deal, so she is a possibility. The problem with her is that she's very complex, and I have to be careful about overdoing the complex books with students who, even if they're taking this, yes, they're going to be upperclassmen, but they're still going to be somewhat novices to this level of sort of exploration, so I need to think about that. But yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, Fade Oblivion, what's up? Good to see everyone tonight. Yeah, kind of a specialty bonus cast for me tonight. Entirely know where I'm supposed to go here. I mean, might be over here. There's also there's Nisi Shawl is another one. Nisi Shawl's very, very good. Nalo Hopkinson, that's another one. Natal Hopkinson's very good. Another one is Nady Okafor, another one. So there's a lot of them. I mean, there are definitely many. But the problem is their overall influence as far as like they may have a big influence in the end, but they, as far as like an overall influence, I was thinking about whether I could like cheat and put Toni Morrison in there, and I don't know, maybe, but I'm not 100% sure if that would count, because it's kind of a stretch to say she's a speculative fiction writer, so I don't know. Oh, that's all right, Kill. I mean, this is my field, so I better know them. Trashy fantasy paperbacks? Well, let me recommend some of those guys to you because they're really good. If you check out my my podcast, you will hear more about that. I'm actually reading right now Lev Grossman's The Magicians. God, I freaking hate those guys. Oh, God, do I hate you. Hate them with a freaking passion, those guys. Nice. Ah, I think the people are surprised. Yes, Hippo, you make a good point. That's an excellent point. And it is important to be able to teach them to build that influence going forward. But what I'm saying is, at the moment, that, like, these people that I'm talking about have had a massive influence, like, in the past. You know what I mean? And, like, for example, let me give you an example. If you don't teach Virginia Woolf when you're teaching the modernists, you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Like, just straight up, you don't know what you're doing if you don't teach Virginia Woolf. You have to. She has to show up there. If you don't teach Kate Chopin when you're teaching the history of novelists, and maybe female novelists because she was a big feminist novelist in particular, you're doing it wrong. If you don't teach Jane Austen when you talk about one of the greatest writers ever, you're doing it wrong, right? I mean, like, but you can't really make that argument for people who are so new. Toni Morrison, maybe. But, you know, Nora, I know Nora Jemisin. I mean, Nora is a great writer, but Nora has only been around as far as publishing actively for like 6 years. I mean, in 6 years, she can't be up at the level of the Tolkiens or the, you know, as far as the influence on the field yet. So the question is, do I say, okay, here's here's Tolkien, here's Rowling, who's like, because Rowling's effect on the field is incredible. Rowling has, like, revitalized speculative fiction for the next 2 decades. You know, arguably Tolkien was the most important fantasy writer of the last century, and arguably Rowling is the most important fantasy writer of the last 2 decades because of what she did for the field. So then it's like, well, who else do I put up there? And a lot of the people who are sort of in that ballpark, the Robert Jordans, the people like that, they're all white men. So I have to be able to find, I really want to be able to find one who's not like that. But Octavia Butler might be a possibility. And you know, maybe I could just do it as like a modern version of that. Might be different too. So, yep, close the Fade Rift.
It may not be the makers, but it's yours. If there's another blight coming, your mother and sisters will need the new lady of the house to guide them. I suppose you're right.
How do I wait, please? Thank you. What book is this that's awful in every way? Let me find where this thing is. Oh, 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah. Yeah, well, that's just junk. Yeah, it's exactly. It's for people who are too afraid to actually read you know, real erotica. So instead they read that. And they're like, okay. They think of how scandalous it is. Didn't it begin as Twilight fan fiction, I believe?
Excuse me. While you were coming up, please, my beloved, tell her I am waiting.
Nice. Bottles of Thetis, Ventnine Rowan's Rose, delicate to the nose, comfort to the tongue, and strangely a half-remembered whisper to the ears. It is described as and inspires a wistful spirit, a vintner's opus. Okay, what now? What about your beloved?
Lady Venena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
OMC, oh my god. Yeah, they were, right? Yeah, it's no, it's terrible.
Where would your friend be? She is my love, and she should be here. I wrote to her weeks ago. I know the path up the hill is dangerous, but surely the mages and Templars would not trouble a young lady.
Oh, I'm sure that was the case.
I'm sorry, I can't help you. Farewell.
Alright, let me go downstairs. And go tell Lady Aeneas that I sealed the rift and I am the Herald of Andraste, and what's up?
Maker didn't close the rifts. The Inquisition did.
Are you questioning what has been taught?
What's up, speaker?
Maker's
I dunno.
tears. I was a
None of
fool
this
to have
was-
doubted you.
Yep.
How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
Help the
Have your
refugees.
people help the refugees.
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain here. The rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we served you.
Is that like to put in a good word for us? Put in a good word for us. Can you work for the Inquisition, too?
The faithful move to follow your divine will. It shall be as you say.
Good. Make it so. Yeah, because, well, I mean, right. I've only read a little bit of it, and honestly, because I couldn't stand it. But, you know, I mean, it's like, there's POV, like, collapses all over the place. I mean, the guy's not a good writer. That's not a good writer. But, you know. I hate to say anything too much about, well, that might be interesting. I hate to say too much because I feel bad for Demiser. Because Demiser writes some fan fiction, and I'm sure that Demiser's fan fiction is a lot different than this stuff. You know what I mean? But even Demiser would admit, and Demiser should be here, even Demiser would admit that some fan fiction is not so good. Right, Demiser? Who's with me? That. That's what I thought. All right.
Herald of Andraste.
Dark blue is now the sea green. Yeah. It's funny. I don't think anyone knew that theater mode was even on Twitch's radar, did they? All of a sudden they're like, here, have theater mode. And we're like, oh, cool. Right? I don't think anybody actually knew what the hell that theater mode was a thing. Oh, God. Another Fade Rift. How do I get up there, though? Probably gonna have to go all the way around. Alright, let me finish off that Fade Rift down there then. Yeah, I was just gonna say that, yeah. Exactly. Exactly what everyone just said. Is it suitable for... off here. Oh god, these guys. Why don't you stay right there? Another one of these. And let's close this bad boy. Good job, boss. I think that's well said, Hippo. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's well said. Yeah, I sort of am. Hippo. I don't know that it's gonna work. It's just I find Red Bull I keep calling him Red Bull. I find Iron Bull so much more interesting as a character than Blackwall. And I know, like, Blackwall, it's either, like, Blackwall or Cassandra are supposed to be, like, the tanks that I'm using, but I'm like, ugh. Like, Cassandra's okay, Blackwall I find boring. So, I don't know. I guess there's a part of me that's like, best defense is a good offense or something. I don't know. I'm not sure that it's a totally workable system. We'll have to see. Get up there. There you go. Ah. Get up to the... Get to the thing. Get to the chopper. Yep. Ah. This is the one thing that frustrates me about these games. It's the same thing with Skyrim. It's like you see these things in your map. You're like, not that you could ever get there. Like, oh, man. Right, fast travel where I have to leave the world. Right, that's not going to work. Yeah, I have heard of people soloing it. Yep, I have. I have definitely heard of that. You can get there in The Witcher 3. Okay. Aha! Cache location marked.
Whittle can use these.
Nice. Alright, cool. Alright, good. Alrighty, now what we've got over here. Stone Dreams. Peace in a cave in the hill. Another rift. More caches. Do one other one of these side quests here. I'm just trying to cut down on these a little bit. Alright, let's travel there. Tyrannical! What is up, man? How you been? Isn't the best example of insurmountable mountains.
Inquisitor.
But it is a problem, though. I mean, I'm not making that up. I know that Kata... I understand that Kata was, like, the best ever at being able to billy goat his way up there, but... It was not exactly smooth sailing, you know what I mean? Not exactly smooth sailing. Oh, thank you for the follow, More Than Fiction. Welcome to the Arvanauts. Is that actually a real person, or did someone just make a... That's really cool, man. More Than Fiction, I dig it. I approve of that name, sir. I approve of that name. Welcome into the Arvanauts. Thank you, Fallen. Yeah, see, I'm not like a completionist like that, Kill, but part of the reason I wanted to do these is because I knew that I was able to get a few of them done now, and that I was going to basically out-level them later on, so... Because this, it only scales to a certain point. Alright. Thank you for the follow, Gamer7255. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the Arvanauts. Much appreciated. Dwarven Rock Crusher. I mean, it's only fan fiction if you publish it, and then it's only a problem if you then try to make money off of what it is you just published. Which is why there was a pretty well-known case with a person whose name now escapes me, of someone who basically did that. Who tried to put off something as her own work, and she basically was told repeatedly to cut it out and not do it. And then she was put in a situation where she was basically told that she was going to get... I think it was maybe... It might have also been Twilight fanfiction. Oh my god. Ooh, off. Nice of you to join the party there, Iron Bolt. Good gravy, man. So, yeah. That's when it becomes an issue. And I know there are some people who are very, very down on fanfiction. For example, Robin Hobb, who I think is an exceptional writer. Very, very good writer. Robin Hobb is not a fan. And one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, by the way. Incredibly gracious, really nice. I've been on panels with her. I've interviewed her for Speculate, for my podcast that I do. Really, really nice person. She is not a fanfic fan because she feels like it's basically stealing her own stuff. And you know, taking her ideas and then, yes, making different things out of the ideas maybe, but still like more or less taking the parts out of whole cloth and just going from there. And I've heard other people who think that it's flattering and they don't put themselves in that same ballpark at all. So I don't know. I'm going to have to see, when my work gets to the point where I have more people doing that sort of thing, I'll have to see what exactly I think about it. Wow. My static cage is nasty. Village Promise Ring. Turn the ring to the Elven Widow. Templar encampment. Little bit, yeah. When the Tevinter Imperium said that mages should rule over man, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. When the Circle said that mages should be allowed to consort with unholy spirits without care or consequence, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. Now the Lord Seeker tells us to withdraw to Val Royeaux. My brothers, I tell you, we are the just, and we must rebel against this unrighteous decree. Our battle must continue until no mage draws breath. Cast aside these cowardly shackles and join us along the river off the West Road, a letter written in a crisp and educated hand. Well, I already took that encampment out, actually. By objection, you mean every sort of objection? Sure. Oh my god. So much damage. Oh, hey. Almost ready to level up here, too. That's that Ring of Pain that he casts. Ring of Pain, I think. I think that's his Ring of Pain. Oh my god, Fallen. What's up, Matt? Arv of the jungle. Oh, no, no, no. What? Really? My inventory's full? Really? Oh. Oh, so if I move it to valuables, I don't have to destroy it. I can just sell it? Is that what that means? If I move this to... What does that mean? If I move it to valuables, then what happens? Let me see this. If I move it to valuables, then I just... The only thing I can do with it at that point is sell it. Is that the idea? Because that's pretty awesome. That way I don't have to be destroying perfectly good things. Or is that what that means? I don't know. Is that what that means, or is that not what that means? Nah, looks like it's still... Yeah. Icarus Dragon Age / fiction. Clever. Clever girl. Alright. When I get to level 11, I'll be able to use that. Problem is, it's not... Well, we'll have to see. It's fire, and I'm really more... I want more of a shock staff, but... Yeah, I saw that Joe Cocker passed away, yeah. He was 70. Guy was quite a singer. It also reminds me of, makes me think of Jim Belushi, who of course did an incredible rendition. I don't know if you guys know, but Jim Belushi actually did this rendition of Joe Cocker, and the reason that Joe Cocker sang the way that he did, you know, the "You are so beautiful," you know, he did this stuff, is that he actually had a mild form of cerebral palsy, which was most visible when he was singing, right? And, oh boy. Found his love. That's unfortunate. Excuse me. And, so, when Jim Belushi used to, like, basically parody him, right? Make fun of that. But he didn't know that it was because of the cerebral palsy. So he found out that Joe Cocker had the cerebral palsy, and Belushi was, like, embarrassed and horrified. He was like, oh my god. So he called up John Belushi. What did I say, Jim? John, my bad. John Belushi. So, John Belushi called him and, you know, apologized, and Joe Cocker was like, what, are you kidding me? That's the best skit you guys do on Saturday Night Live. I love that thing. Keep doing it. So Joe Cocker was like, oh yeah, no, I think it's hysterical. Keep doing it. It was really funny, though. Belushi had no idea that that's what he was doing. Let's see. Letter found on a noblewoman's corpse. My Lady Valina, I know you're frightened, but the light in the sky shouldn't scare you. It's the eye of the Maker finally coming back to take the faithful to the Golden City. Leave your father's servants and come up into the hills, away from the pointless fighting between the Templars and mages. Let me introduce you to Speaker Nias. She'll explain everything, and we'll be together and happy, waiting for everything to be right in the world. Your love, Lord Brand. What a moron. Good job, guy. Way to go. Tremendous work. By tremendous, I mean intensely dumb. Alright, let me get this apostate cash. And then we go back and tell that idiot that he killed his love. I get high. What would you do if you turned out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out of me? Lend me your ears and I'll show you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, now. Cocker was, he was his own singer. He was his own guy, man. His voice, his structure, the way he did everything, man, that was all him. No one ever liked him. People who made fun of him and mocked him and whatever, you know, he was his own guy. He did his own thing, and, you know. Oh, the letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Dun, 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 dun. It's a good song. Oh, yeah, Zach? Oh, really? No kidding, Zach. That's awesome, man.
You always find such lovely places to explore, my dear.
I try, Vivian. Smuggler's Cave. Panic. Picnic. Alright, I claim the apostate cache.
More supplies. Whittle can use these.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. That's right, he was X-Man, yeah. He's only 70, you know, he was not that old in a way. I mean, but he lived a life that was kind of a hard life, you know. A letter found in a dead dwarf. I need you to check a cave up in the hills off the path between Redcliffe and Haven. If you can get past the mages and Templars, it's worth it. Purest vein I've seen so close to the surface. Guess it didn't work out for the dwarf. Wow. Ambush. Good to see Axe. He out-Beatled the Beatles. People made fun of Ringo because... Well, yeah, I mean, you know. Listen, the Beatles' first drummer was a lot better drummer. It's just he was also a pain in the ass. So, that's basically the only deal there. I mean, he was a pain in the ass, so they got annoyed with him, and that's you know, basically it. I can return that ring to her. Alright. Let me pick this up and then I'll travel back there. And then I may have to call it for the evening after we do a little bit of a giveaway. I mean, listen. There's a reason that afterwards Harrison, McCartney, and Lennon all went on to solo careers, and Ringo Starr went on to whatever Ringo went on to. You know, Ringo was very good at drumming in 4. He could really drum in 4. That was Ringo. That's it, yep. Yep. Oh, god damn it. I don't think there was one on the way, was there? No, there's not a camp on the way. I'm going here, and then I'm going to jump down to there, because I think I can travel there. If not, I'll take this camp. But I'm going here first. Did they really? Oh my god, yeah, I mean... The best thing you can say about Ringo is that Ringo's ego he didn't have much of one. So he was able to settle in nicely when you had, like, McCartney and Lennon and Harrison who were these towering geniuses, right? And then Ringo's like, yeah, alright, I can manage. You need me to sit behind the drums and drum in 4? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I was Ringo, basically. Alright, Widow.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
It's your husband's
I
ring.
found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
Do what I can.
Thank you again.
No problem, lady. All right. Let's pick that up. Yeah, no, the Beatles were famous for having very, very clean takes. Until they started doing more of their experimental work. Like, it drove them crazy with, like, the Strawberry Fields stuff, and that was rough. Because, I mean, that songs like that, I Am the Walrus, those things were way ahead of their time. And so, a lot of what they were doing was sort of, like, kind of figuring it out as they went along, honestly. They were like, let's try this, you know. That looks like... Yep. Marked it. Wapow. 5 apostate.
More supplies. Whittle can use these.
What's going on over there? Check this out. Sarah, I need you on this one.
Apostates locked themselves in safely, and the Templars set the house on fire.
That's charming. A page from a journal, edges scorched. The Templars were attacking the peasants we'd taken food from. They wanted to make certain that everyone fought to the death rather than help us. We took them by surprise with ice and lightning, and several were dead before they even saw us. So much for all that Templar discipline. The brutes are off the leash just as much as we are now. Still, there were enough of them to damp our magic, and the sellswords died fast when it came to blows. We've fallen back into the peasants' home. It's sturdy enough in here, and it looks like the peasants didn't give up all their food after all. The door is locked, and the Templars gave up trying to force it after we killed the last fool who tried. I can hear them out there doing something out in the trees. Whatever they try, we'll be ready. We're never going back to any circle. Even real Templars couldn't stop us, and these glorified bandits are no better than we are. From a page scorched around the edges, apparently torn from a journal. Oh boy. William Hung. Man, making a virtue out of being terrible. So they ended up figuring out what they were doing. In the end, we knew exactly what they were doing. It's interesting because, like, the mages and the Templars thing is such a big deal in the first Dragon Age. And by the time you get to this, they're just like, it's not the main concern, you know, so they're all just split off doing their own thing. And I have to say, I kind of like that it's not automatically the same deal, you know. So. Alright, let's travel there. Oh, wait.
Inquisitor.
I turn it... Oh, no, it's not a requisition. Never mind. I have to talk to the healer back in the main village. The narrow plane to the fast train. All my lonely days are gone. I'm coming home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Down, 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 down. Alright, time to talk to Jackass about how he got his girlfriend killed. Love you, Fallen. No, it's not here. No, 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 no. I kind of found this guy completely by accident the last time.
Your will be done.
My will be done. There it is, through here. Up here. And then I talked to Dolt. Hey, Jerkface, guess what happened?
Lady Velena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
I found her body.
I found a woman's body down the hill with a letter on it.
This letter, Velena is dead. But we were meant to be together. The Maker would not keep us apart. What am I supposed to do now?
You failed her, go home. Join the Inquisition!
The Inquisition needs men who believe as strongly as you do. Come and help us restore order.
Yes. If waiting here in the hills leaves innocents to die, then I will bring the Maker's word by the sword. My men and I will lend our strength to the Inquisition. Thank you.
It's like, yes, we need more men who get their girlfriends killed. Yes. Level up. What? Level up. And if I'm not mistaken, this is going to allow me to become a master. I'm expecting a Steam achievement. What? No Steam achievement? I'm now the ultimate lightning warrior. Next thing I'm going to do when I level up is I'm going to start working on spirit. Ultimate lightning warrior. I am the most shocking mage you ever saw. And I acquired an agent. And more power. I know.
What if this is just war or magic?
Your will be done.
I mean, whatever. Origin achievement. You know what I'm talking about. Origin achievement, Steam achievement, Uplay achievement, some achievement. I don't know. Alright, let me just return her quest. And then we'll do the giveaway and we will call it an evening. Common treatment, that's the one. Excellent. Let's get there. Shockingly terrible. Hey, you just wait till you get zapped by one of my lightning bolts, Messiah. You'll think a little differently then.
Maker be with you.
I don't know, Zach. I mean, yes and no. I am going to get out of the hinterlands again now after I do this, because, you know, you can only do so many hinterlands quests at one time, because it's my least favorite zone. It's kind of a boring, generic, you know, it's so, like, below the Storm Coast, which is awesome. And, of course, I haven't seen the Hissing Waste, or whatever it's called yet. But I even like the Fallow Mire decently well, but hinterlands is kind of not so much. All right, healer, I got what you need.
May I help you?
Found your herbs.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Common treatment. Quest complete. I can still do that.
A pleasure to see you again.
Found more of your herbs.
I found some of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Healer's notes at Redcliffe Crossroads. Low on elf fruit. Send girl out tomorrow to gather more. Send village boy with her fighting closer. Redcliffe closed gates. Refugees staying by Crossroads now. Treated refugees. Illness and stomach trouble from eating spoiled food. Burn marks consistent with magic attacks. One elderly refugee had bone sickness made worse by fleeing village when apostates attacked. More refugee arrivals. Elf fruit, spindleweed low. Treated slash wounds. Contusions, internal bleeding. 6 treated, 2 eased to Maker. Reported Templars attacked them as suspected apostates. Treated Frostcough at Crossroads. Sent letter to Redcliffe asking for blankets. No response. Widow Tane passed in sleep. Hey, what's up, Fisklax? Let's see. Treated hunger. Shivers at Crossroads. More refugees. Burns and contusions. Severe bleeding. Caught in fighting between apostates and Templars. Amputated arm to save girl. Will die without more fruit anyway, but too dangerous to gather more. Girl running high fever. Refugees found. Merchant wagon burning on way to Crossroads. Matched Old Vin's wagon. No bodies, but everything in wagon taken. No more supplies coming. Think girl will make it. Use last of elf fruit. Making poultices from whatever I can find. Telling refugees to boil anything they eat or drink. Too many sick. Giselle came. Said Inquisition help is not far behind. Fighting outside. Sounds like Templars and mages both. Refugees scattered. Someone outside screaming have to help. From a journal belonging to the old healer who lived at the Redcliffe Crossroads and was believed to be killed in the fighting. Okay, so what is this? A rare treatment. I got that too. I got all of your treatments. All of them, healer.
Pleasure to see you again.
Found your herbs.
I found some
again.
of the herbs you were looking for.
Yes, these are perfect.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
Boom. And I can no longer read them. Yes. Got all of your herbs.
A pleasure to see you again.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for your help.
That was cool. That was a nice, easy 3 quests right there. Oh, and also, I can now use the Keeper Fire Staff, right? Oh, man. That is better. That is definitely better. Except it's fire, not electricity. Man. Alright, well, anyway. Yep, gotta pop in some runes, yep. Alright, I think that's enough work on the hinterlands. We got some good stuff done there. I think. So probably what I'll do the next time is I will get started with... I think I want to do this Emprise de Lyon thing. Because this is like a middle sort of... You know, it's 20 power, so it's a good amount of power. It's not like the ultimate quest yet, but I think it's worth giving it a try. Oh, wait, maybe that... No, I'm wrong then. Wait. What's this one? Oh, Empress Celine. Okay, so that's that one. All right, that's fine. So, all right, so I'll have to decide what I'm going to do. But first of all, though, we are going to go back to Skyhold. Okay. Poutine and maple syrup for everyone. Or are we having a Canadian solidarity moment? Is that what's happening? Good stuff. Oh, I heard something today. I want to make sure this is not true. I'm pretty sure it isn't. Is it true that when you scratch the maple leaf on Canadian money, you can smell maple syrup? That's not actually true, right? I heard this on a channel, on a Twitch channel, and I was like, what? I go to Canada fairly often, and that would not have crossed my radar screen. Is that true? Can someone confirm this critically important moment? What's up, Arcbound? I didn't think so. I did not think so. I was like, wait, what? The hundreds do? Some of the bills do smell like... Okay, wait. Do they or don't they? Look, the Canadians in my chat have got to get it straight among themselves before, if you want an American to figure out what the hell's going on. Is it true or not? The Canadians need to decide. Oh, man. Listen, if the Canadians can't even decide, how am I supposed to decide? Read your fun fact. There was a theft of the strategic maple syrup reserve, about $30 million in, I think. How was this not an immediate, like, this is the war on maple syrup? There was a theft of the strategic maple syrup. That's terrible. Are you joking me? How was there not an immediate, like, I mean, my God, man. What? Sit in judgment? What are they talking about, sit in judgment? Inquisitor master combat technique. Only the best trainers will do. Okay. Someone being held in Skyhold awaits judgment. Judge the prisoner. Wow. All right. Well, the next thing I'm going to do when I get started, obviously, is I'm going to have to up the ante on that first, and then I'll have to judge whatever I'm judging. There's a war for maple syrup. They were freeing the maple syrup from the control of the maple syrup cartel. Are polymer bills really maple scented? See, he says no scent has been added to the new banknotes. A scratch and sniff. See? This is what I was reading about, and I was like, wait, what? Oh, man. That's funny. All right. 30 hours in, if I'm not mistaken. You're going to see, though, if that's true. There's a pretty wild... Yeah, see? There's a pretty wild objection, see? Okay. 35 hours so far played on Dragon Age Inquisition. That seems about right. That seems about right. Okay, cool. All right, folks. So, we are going to do our giveaway, and then I'm going to bid you all adieu. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. This was a bonus cast, so I knew I wasn't going to have a whole long time. But I did manage to get some good quests done in the hinterlands. Now I need to sell a bunch of crap. I need to do some crafting. I need to do some codex reading. And then I need to apparently get a new combat technique and find out some dude I have to judge at Skyhold. And then we're going to see about what the thing is I'm going to do next. And I'll do one of the side quests, but it's going to be like a bigger sort of separate side quest that requires power. So we will see about that coming up. So, what we are going to do tonight is, let me pull this up here. Okay, so the games for giveaway are as follows. They are as follows. And part of this, one of this is going to be courtesy of Messiah, by the way. So thank you, Messiah, ahead of time for that. If you win tonight, you will have a choice of one of the 3 following games. Actually, 2 of them are going to be courtesy of Messiah. The first one is the Cat Lady. First one is the Cat Lady. That is going to be choice number 1, courtesy of Messiah. Choice number 2, which is courtesy of Messiah, is Age of Wonders. So that's choice number 2, courtesy of Messiah, is going to be Age of Wonders. And choice number 3 is Euro Truck Simulator 2. That is courtesy of Don Taked. So again, your choices are going to be, if you win the giveaway tonight, the Cat Lady. That's choice 1. Choice 2 is Age of Wonders. And choice 3 is Euro Truck Simulator